It's Wednesday, May 15th. This is an end of the day SPY recap, and it's about a half hour to go before the close. I need to leave here, so I figured I'll just do a recap now, no matter what happens the last half hour. You can see here on the daily chart, it's a gap up, two up day that kind of near the open continued higher above the pre-market range and went up most of the session nicely for nice gains. We were breaking out of a 3-day range that I identified. If we look at the 15-minute chart, the last 3 days before the this announcement, starting on Friday, I guess the last week, we gapped up, moved lower, gapped up, went lower, went up, went lower. We held the bottom of the range, and then we were going to see what developed out of this area. Obviously, yesterday gave an indication we might be heading higher with the CPI number, and of course we gapped up here. Here's the pre-market range between the blue lines, but price held nicely here on kind of a green, red to green move here early, which was a good buy, either on the SPY or the QQQs, and we pushed up to one push, pause, second push, and very nice directional day to the upside, breaking out of a range, going to all-time highs. So when you're at all-time highs now, there's no actionable, there's no targets above, it's just no resistance, and I wouldn't at all feel worried about any failures developing at all-time highs. It's possible, anything could happen. But, if I go back, first of all, in the monthly chart, we now have a 2-up month and we have time to go in the month. So, at the moment, we are just, the continuity to the upside. We did make our 2-up month. So for this month, for this whole trend to change, you're going to at some point have to get a 2-down month, and that's it's a long way to go. And even if we chop around a little bit because of short-term exhaustion risk, after making the two, we could have had an inside month and that might have worked to the downside. But instead, the 2-up month means, whatever this closes, we'll likely hold the midpoint of this month going forward, and maybe you can go up month after month after month. And then we, on the quarterly chart, which was our big picture chart, we did hit our goal here. After last quarter, we kind of anticipated we would take that out, big green bar. We started lower, only came to the halfway point. Now we've hit that target. So again, it looks like targets hit. Maybe you can fail, but I could show you quarters here where after you made all-time highs, after a 1 month, after a kind of a red pullback, it went up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quarters in a row. So, after this pullback here, 1, 2, this is now 3. Who's to say we can't go for 2 more quarters comfortably, and we'll just go bar after bar on this chart. And again, the monthly chart's going to have to fail first before the quarterly chart fails, but we'll see what happens going into, next month. But, in terms of overall a trend, no problem at all, just at all-time highs. It's just seeing week after week how this weekly chart unfolds, and expecting it to kind of just keep going higher until proven otherwise. So even on this uptrend here, we'll see. Maybe you get a little failure, 2-down failure, red bar that hits a 1-week target here, but then immediately reverses up. These were attempts lower that never really materialized. Finally, we got a 2-down week here that moved to some targets, but the inside bar back up. So it's going to take a while, for this thing to fail. I mean, there are different ways it can fail, but I wouldn't be worried about the upside is my main point. And in terms of now playing it day to day with no real targets above and a little exhaustion risk, we'll just see how, as always, the market opens between the pre-market range and how opening price action unfolds. That'll kind of give us an indication of how the day is going to look. So today, it was clear that, opening price action kind of wanted to hold here near the first bar and break out. And that led to a trend on the day. Maybe we'll hold the midpoint of today tomorrow and do that again. I mean, I wouldn't be worried about it. And the downside, there might be a few obvious, 2 down days that hit some short-term targets, once we get to that. But that could offer, as long as the volatility is there, that would be some nice trades. But the best trades are still going to be moves back to the upside. So we had 3, consolidation days that led to a strong breakout. Eventually we'll get a 2-down day that might fail at a target. That'll lead to a nice move up. There's all kinds of ways, to play the upside, even when you're, not going up on a straight line. But for now, I wouldn't, nothing about the uptrend that looks, that looks like it could be in trouble. And if anything, you're excited at all-time highs to see how high you can go, because a lot of times trends can go a lot higher than anyone thinks. So we will stay biased to the upside. And today, again, was a pretty, nice day trading directionally. 1 push up, pause, second push up. And there were other good stocks that were doing that too. There were some stronger stocks at the open. There were some weaker stocks. I traded, for example, NVIDIA to the upside. That was strong, breaking above its, first bar and pre-market highs. Apple did the same same thing. But then you had stocks like Tesla that, moved lower right out of the gate. So you had to find the right stocks. But overall, it was a good, strong day in the market. So we will see how the next few days go to end the week. And, all-time highs here. So let's see, let's kind of monitor it day by day. But the trend is strongly up until proven otherwise.